Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Classic Podcast. So this is a special episode this week. But before I introduce our special topic, even though you can clearly see the picture in front of your screen, I would like to introduce my two co-hosts as normal, Brandon and Luis.
Hey guys.
Everybody.
All right. So today we're going to be reviewing What's that new movie that came out? I don't know what it is. What?
Oh, would it happen to be Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
No, dude. I was thinking about Alvin and the Chipmunks. I thought we were reviewing that today.
Oh, that thing? Oh, that's probably like the best movie ever.
Oh, I know.
Screw Star Wars.
Like Star Wars. Nah, who cares? But Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Chip, I'm there.
Oh yeah.
No, we're kidding, of course, guys. We're gonna review Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That we all saw it, which is, normally I don't see movies this close to release date, but got a really cool Christmas gift, and I saw it. Is today Wednesday? Yeah. So I saw it 2 days ago. Yeah. We saw it 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
And Brandon saw it the day after
I saw
it came out.
The day after it came out. Yeah.
Well, that's still pretty amazing. I've only been to one film where I saw it opening day, and that was The Dark Knight, back in 2009. Was it 2009, or is that somewhere? I don't remember when Dark Knight came out.
2008, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
It's yeah, it was Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah.
Like right before he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2008.
Okay, 2008. Okay. Well, all right. So we're reviewing this new Star Wars film. So before we begin, I think we should talk about, I think it's safe to assume we were all pretty excited for this film.
Yes.
But what was your first initial reaction when you heard about it? Did you think, here we go again, another Star Wars film, or were you genuinely excited?
I think a little bit of half and half.
I was, No, go ahead.
I was nervous about what Disney would potentially do to it.
When I first heard of it, I thought to myself, I thought Revenge of the Sith was going to be the last film. I went into Revenge of the Sith saying to myself, this is it. This is the final Star Wars film. And then 10 years later, we got a new one. So it's so I was just I don't know. I just felt like, do we need more Star Wars? I thought we were done and we can just let the books and the video games and the shows carry on the franchise. But whatever. Disney. When I heard Disney bought the license, we all knew they were gonna make movies. I mean, it was pretty obvious. But eventually, I was like, whatever. What did you think about it, Luis? When you first heard about this new film, were you excited, or were you kind of nervous, or were you a bit of both?
I was a bit of both.
Why?
Just when you think about Disney, I see all their movies, and then when I thought about Star Wars on Disney, I thought about they're gonna fuck it up.
Dude, the prequels were fuck ups. I mean,
that's true.
Disney, I think people over exaggerate what Disney does. With Marvel, for example, when they bought Marvel, everyone freaked the fuck out. But they're like, no, they just let Marvel make the films and they just distribute and get the box office money. So it's they're not doing anything. And that's kind of what they did with Star Wars here. But in general. So, right off the bat, and we gotta give the film credit. They didn't spoil everything in the first trailer like a lot of other films do.
No, in fact, some of the stuff in the first trailer never even made it to the movie.
Exactly, like that one scene where Kylo Ren unleashes his new lightsaber in that snow planet. That's not in the film.
And then that other scene where Maz hands Leia Luke's old lightsaber.
Okay, so we're not in the review portion yet. We're just talking about our pre-movie thoughts. But I really wanted to see Leia with a lightsaber. Her own lightsaber. She used the Force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to see that. But unfortunately, maybe not yet. I don't think it'll happen personally, but I would love to see that happen. So right off the bat, they did a phenomenal job, and everyone was trying to speculate. And what were you guys like? Were you like, I need to know what this is right now, or are you like, I'm just gonna wait for the film? Me, I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the film. I don't need to know everything before I walk into it.
Let's go wait for the film.
Luis, no, you're lying. You were like, oh, I wonder what this is.
Yeah.
To be honest, I kind of wondered what it was too.
I mean, but like, were you like looking for spoilers on the internet like a month before it came out? I can't stand.
No.
Honestly, no, I didn't.
I can't.
I did not do any spoilers.
Oh, for once, Luis didn't do that. He's always like, hey guys, Earth 2, Barry Allen, he's coming. And I'm like, why the fuck do I need to know this? Why can't I just wait? No, but anyway, it's like, so basically, when the film came, I don't know, I know for you, Brandon, when the audience, when that Star Wars logo showed up and that music started playing, people were cheering. I had the exact same experience.
People actually took flash photography when that happened, when I was there.
Yeah, well, whatever. I was, everyone was cheering, everyone was going crazy. Did anyone cheer for when the old character showed up for you? That's what happened to me.
Yep.
Same thing for you, Luis? I mean, this film, it's so much hype around it. And a lot of people are like, oh, here we go, it's another Phantom Menace. I mean, just watch those videos of people being hyped up for the Phantom Menace. It's so soul-crushing when they see the film afterwards. Because they're so excited, and then they watch it, they're like, oh my god, what is this? But anyway. Alright, so now is the time for the plot synopsis. So obviously, if you're watching this, huge...
You haven't seen Star Wars. How about, Sean, you leave an annotation, like, tell them to jump to here when we're done with Star Wars.
Oh, we're going to be reviewing Star Wars the whole podcast.
Oh, really? I thought we were doing episode 2.
No, we're not doing episode 2 of Jessica Jones. We're doing an entirely Star Wars podcast today because I felt like the movie had enough to talk about, and we can talk about what we think will be the sequel and the spin-offs and where we think Disney's going with this franchise and so on and so forth. I think that alone would fill up a good podcast. So, if you guys wanted to see a Jessica Jones episode 2 review, stay tuned for that for next week. But today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, so if you guys were looking forward to that, I apologize, but this is Star Wars. It's sort of an exception. It's like, but anyway.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, so basically the plot starts off with our yellow screen text as normal. Luke Skywalker.
Luke Scott. This, by the way, this sets. If you didn't already know, this sets 30 years after Return of the Jedi.
Episode 7 takes place after Episode 6. I didn't know that. Oh,
30 years later.
30 years later, Luke.
Should we go into like the backstory that they covered, like how Luke was training Ben Solo, but then I don't want to give too much away.
Well, like
we should do that.
Like I already said, if you haven't seen the film yet, go watch another video because we're gonna spoil this thing rotten. So now's your last spoil. Let's just reveal the huge spoiler right after I say that, and then people will get really mad if they didn't listen. Who's ready? I'm talking like the big one. So Han Solo dies.
Han Solo dies. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I knew it was coming.
Hey,
But
anyone cry?
I came close, but I knew. But it was so obvious that it was going to happen, especially in that one.
I knew it was going to happen.
Like, as soon as he started talking to Kylo Ren, who, another spoiler, is Ben Solo, Leia, and Han's kid. Again, stop watching this if you haven't seen the film yet. When he was confronting him, I'm like, oh, here we go. He's going to kill him. So, but anyway, I didn't cry throughout this whole film, but I was emotional throughout the whole film. For the most part, I had a huge smile on my face throughout this whole film.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the living crap out of it. But anyway, let's start off with our plot synopsis. So it's been 30 years.
Okay, so Luke, during the 30 years, before any of this happened, Luke was training, he was training Ben Solo
and
at first.
A new generation
and a bunch of a new generation of Jedis. Uh, Go on, Sean.
All right. I'll.
We can share it. We can share it.
Okay.
Damn it, Sean.
Not my fault. But anyway, we later find out that that Ben Solo was seduced by the dark side by someone we don't know named Snoke. Now, I have a theory about Snoke that I'll save for later. But basically, we don't know anything about Snoke other than he's the big bad. He's basically the emperor of this trilogy, and Kylo Ren is the Darth Vader in more ways than one.
So Snoke seduces him to the dark side. This causes Luke to be kind of ashamed of himself and disappear for like this whole time.
But he gave a map of where he was going to R2-D2, but he eventually shut him down using the Force. So the Resistance. But anyway, so basically, also it didn't this in the movie. Ben Solo is now given the name Kylo Ren and forms the Knights of Ren. Basically, the Knights of Ren are basically this trilogy's version of the Sith. They're not Sith, they're something else, but they still use the dark side, which I really like because in the expanded universe, which is now non-canon, there's not just Jedi and Sith. There's different Force users all the time.
Yeah.
So I really like that. They didn't just recycle. They recycled a few things, let's be real here, but they did a good job with the original idea of a new Force-wielding religion. So anyways, we later discover that they form, out of the remnants of the Empire, they form
what's called the First Order.
Right, and But however, since the rebellion won the Galactic Civil War, they formed the New Republic. Now, this part kind of confused me, and they never really explained it. Is the Resistance the military part of the New Republic, or are they like something separate from them?
I think they're the military.
Yeah, because they didn't really say that. See, because like even you were like, I think, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't say that, and I would like to know that. Because that confused me. It's like, why are you called the Resistance if Republic controls the galaxy? Whatever. I'm sure they'll explain that later. I'm just going to go on the assumption that, and by the way, this movie leaves you with a lot of questions. There are a lot of unanswered questions throughout this whole film. And that was done on purpose for the next film to explain all that. So anyway, we later cut to our first real scene where they're attacking this village, where the second part of the Luke Skywalker map is given to someone known as Poe, who eventually puts it in his droid BB-8. So the First Order goes down to that planet. Was the planet Jakku in that scene?
Yes, it was Jakku.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, BB-8 contains the plans that the First Order wants.
So Kylo Ren comes down. They attack him. They capture Poe and kill this old dude that he was talking to at the beginning. Can't remember his name.
I don't even think they.
Meanwhile, BB-8 escapes all this.
The village gets massacred except by one stormtrooper who does not want to do it. By the way, we should also talk about one of the coolest scenes in the beginning. Was when Kylo Ren used the Force to stop a blaster bolt from hitting him.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I was like, oh shit. Like, I thought he was just going to deflect it with his lightsaber, but he's like, no, he stops that thing and he focuses on it. I'm like, oh god. You know,
he focuses on it for the most time, or most of the time he's there.
You know, I know we haven't done our plot summary, but one thing I really liked about this film is that they used the Force in new ways. Yeah. I loved the laser stopping. I loved how Kylo Ren could read people's minds and their thoughts and their memories using the Force, even though they're not weak-minded. I thought that was really cool. So I really enjoyed that. So basically, we learned that we go through and we find out that the stormtroopers are not clones. They haven't technically been clones since A New Hope, but you get the idea. So anyway. So we figure out that that they're basically captured from birth, and you know, they're taken from their families. So eventually they're brainwashed into becoming the soldiers for the First Order. Now, I actually really like this explanation for where the stormtroopers came from because it makes the First Order look even more like a bunch of assholes.
They're said to represent the Nazis.
Yeah, but
that kind of Hitler's team.
Yeah, that's what the Empire represents. So, in the original trilogy as well. So what we have here is that Finn eventually breaks out Poe because he's like, hey, you need a pilot. So we get to fly on this cool new TIE fighter. Now, what I like about the new design of the TIE fighter, you can seat 2 people and have a back gunner. That's pretty cool. I thought that was a cool, unique design for the TIE fighter. So eventually their ship crashes into the planet of Jakku. Finn...
Yeah, back to Jakku.
Yeah. Then we meet up with our main character, Rey. She is the main character. So we meet up with Rey, and we find out that she's a scavenger, and that she was left at the planet of Jakku for whole life. And basically, she has to go out and scavenge parts of old ships, like old Star Destroyers, old walkers, all that crap that probably was there from the Galactic Civil War, and has to exchange it in order to be fed. I wouldn't say she's a slave, but I would say... What do you guys think? Do you think that's slavery, or do you, like, from Tatooine in the prequels, or do you think, like, it's something different? What do you guys think?
I have no idea. I think it's more but slavery.
I kind of think, like, it's more like slavery, like we've seen in the prequels with, like, with Anakin and his mom and all that, and instead of... doing meaningless things, they're just a bunch of scrap people that sell things for money. So anyway,
she was also wasn't she waiting for her parents to come back or something?
Yeah, we haven't. That hasn't been established yet, I think. Anyway, do you want to jump in, Luis, or do you just want me and Brandon to continue?
I mean, I don't think she's a slave. I mean, if she's like in slavery, who's the master?
That one guy at
the fat guy.
We didn't get his name, I don't think, but just that one asshole that was, he's like, you get a quarter portion.
Yeah.
And anyway, so eventually Rey heads back to her home, which I think was a walker?
Yeah.
Ruins of a walker, okay. And we later find out that she actually has a Rebel pilot plush. Not a plush, a doll, whatever. And that she has a Rebel pilot helmet. So obviously, and we're told later throughout these films that the original trilogy is nothing more than a myth. They don't know whether or not it's true. So, because they're just legends. So, Rey eventually hears BB-8 being attacked by a smuggler. Not a smuggler, a droid dealer, whatever. You get the idea.
Yeah.
And eventually she decides to take care of BB-8. And eventually Finn, with the will of the Force, has Finn find the scrap post. And eventually, because, he just escaped. By the way, right off the bat, there was one thing that bugged me. They never explained how Poe got off Jakku.
Yeah.
That kind of bugged me. Like, when he showed up out of nowhere, I'm like...
At this point, we're at the plot summary, he's presumed dead.
Yeah, at the point where we assume that Poe is dead. Now...
And Finn has his jacket.
Yeah, and Finn has his jacket. That really bothers me. It's like, maybe I could buy it if Poe thought, like, Finn was dead because he couldn't find him and he used his contact and, like, his sleeve or something to, like, contact the Resistance or something. But they never established that, so that kind of bugged me a bit, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on to something else. We eventually find out... So eventually Finn heads towards the scrap post, and we see that Rey is being attacked. However, she uses that staff of hers that's been throughout all the advertising and kicks some massive ass with it. This is actually important for later down the film, which a lot of people have complained about. But, I'm going to address those complaints people have had about that. So eventually, Rey and Finn run away because the Empire is trying to get Finn. And they see the BB-8, and they obviously want the plans that are in him. So, anyway, they try to go to this one ship, and they're like, no, all right, we'll use the piece of junk. And it shots out to the Millennium Falcon, and people were going crazy. And So anyway, Rey and Finn use the Millennium Falcon. They're flying all over Jakku and they're blowing up the TIE fighters. Oh man, that was awesome. That was cool. A lot of people complained like, how does Rey know how to pilot? I'm like, how did Anakin and Luke know how to pilot?
Exactly.
They just do. Go with it, you know? I think people will nitpick anything. But anyway, and plus she knew about the ship, so she probably flew it once. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like a test run.
Exactly. I think because she's like she already knew how to use the stupid speeder thing to get the junk back. I mean, I don't live in the Star Wars universe, obviously. I wish I did. But you know what I mean. It's just like, how different can flying a speeder be compared to a ship? I don't know, because that hasn't been explained, but I don't think it's that different. So anyway, we eventually find out that we need to find Luke Skywalker. However, in another convenience, this film does have a couple of, wow, that's convenient moments. We eventually, you know it's true. The ship, they eventually get pulled by a tractor beam. So I thought, oh shit, it's like in episode 4 with the tractor beam with the Millennium Falcon. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's actually Han Solo with his junk-wielding ship. And then he comes up and he says, Chewie, we're home.
We're home.
And then the audience went crazy again. And they also went crazy like 2 minutes later when he said, you can tell them that Han Solo permanently has the Millennium Falcon back. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Eventually they get disrupted by this gang that Han owes money to. Way to go, Han.
Classic Han.
Hey, no offense. Hey, when does he owe money to?
No. First, you thought he would learn his lesson with Jabba the Hutt, but nope. But anyway, we eventually find out. I'm not quite sure when the cut to Kylo Ren is when they reveal that he is Han Solo's son. Which, by the way,
I honestly don't. I actually think we're not even close to that. I thought it was like somewhere towards like the middle or something.
I thought it was at the beginning, but whatever. Anyway, so eventually, they go to the Resistance base, or is that a cantina? I don't remember.
Cantina.
I think you've actually skipped some point, Sean.
I did. What did I miss?
Because didn't they want to keep going back to Jakku, but then kept like getting attacked by? Did they get attacked by Captain Phasma at one point?
Oh, the one character that doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I sent you guys a plot summary, so one of you guys can read that.
Well, I can't remember, but all I remember is that Rey kept wanting to go back to Jakku because she kept thinking her parents would be there. But they keep getting like attacked out of it.
Is that it?
That's all I remember.
What did I skip?
Yeah, that's all I remember.
What did I skip that was damn important?
Nothing, just parts of the story, Sean.
Oh, I know, but like I'm not giving a full out.
Just that one scene where the Captain Phasma attacked them out of it. Oh, you're also forgetting that giant monster thing that attacked them when those two gangs were there.
I just kind of summarized that up and just went.
Yeah, well, remember that monster thing that almost ate Finn?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That was actually one of the few times CGI was actually used in this film.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it looked amazing. Like when I first watched it, I'm like, oh my god. But then I look back, I'm like, it didn't look as good. But anyway. So eventually they head over to a forest planet. I don't remember the name. Off the top of my head. Might as well have called it Yavin 4. Eventually they meet up with someone named Maz Kanata, eventually giving her words of wisdom, and she's been alive for a really long time, right? But anyway,
yeah, she's like I heard she's supposed to be like the Yoda of this generation.
Besides Luke.
Well, Luke, I feel like Luke's gonna be more like the Obi-Wan.
You think so? I kind of thought Han was like that for this film.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
we have two Obi-Wan people.
Where's our Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan ghost? I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Ghosts don't change, and he died as Alec Guinness.
I don't give a shit. Just make him look older. But anyway. So anyway, eventually Finn wants out. He wants to go away from the First Order as much as possible because, well, he's a traitor, and they're obviously going to be looking for him. So he tries to meet up like how Luke and Obi-Wan were trying to get off Tatooine. He was trying to get off that forest planet. It's not a complaint, but I could not, with the exception of Jakku, I can't remember any of these planet names. But anyway,
Neither could I.
I'm like, oh, they're on an ice planet. Ooh, snowy.
I even called whatever they called that new planet, the First Order call it. I still call it the Death Star.
Oh, the Starkiller base.
Yeah, Starkiller base. I don't know why, but I still call it the Death Star.
A lot of people have, and it pretty much is.
It is.
Which is one of the things I didn't particularly care for. So basically, Finn. So anyway, the Empire, the First Order.
The Empire.
What's the difference? The First Order attacks that planet. But before I continue with that, I almost forgot this. The Force is calling to Rey, using Anakin's old lightsaber, which Luke used in Empire Strikes Back.
Before getting his hand chopped off.
And somehow they found it.
By the way, did you know that they were originally going to show Luke's severed hand on that lightsaber? And it was actually cut the last second.
Yeah, I'm glad they did, because that's really stupid. Why are there a bunch of bones on it? Oh.
Why is there a skeleton of a hand on it?
I know, that's what I was thinking, because that would have been dumb if they had kept that.
How'd they even find it again?
I don't know. They didn't say. Maz Kanata said that's a story for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
I hope. Okay, kind of off topic, but I'm kind of hoping my microphone for this program I'm using is actually using the microphone I'm using and not my fucking laptop mic.
You just got like super quiet now, Sean.
I know. I'm trying to. Hold on, let me test something out. Continue with your plot summary.
So, Kanata, when Rey touches the lightsaber, she gets all these visions. Like, there's one vision where Luke's at a fiery place with R2-D2, and he puts his hand on R2-D2. And then there's, a couple more where she's getting attacked by Kylo Ren.
And the Knights of Ren.
And the Knights of Ren, yeah.
And her parents leaving as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with any luck, my audio will be recorded. I think it's working, because I'm trying something else out for once, so that way editing can make my life a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, continue what you guys were saying.
So after all this, after Maz explains that the Force was calling to her, Rey originally wanted no part of it. She was too freaked out, and she wanted to run away. So then the First Order comes down. They attack. They're still trying to go after the droid, but Kylo Ren ends up capturing Rey. And he says that's all they don't need the droid anymore. She's all they need because she's seen the map. So they capture her. Han and Finn and the rest of the guys kill off the rest of the guys, and then they start a mission where they're going to rescue Rey from the First Order.
Okay.
Of course, Han sees his son for the first time. Not for the first time.
Oh, by the way, while Rey's captured, that's when we get our first look at Kylo Ren's unmasking.
And a lot of people were like, he just looks like a normal dude. But I honestly think that's what they were going for.
I'd rather him look like a normal dude than another burnt up piece of Chris.
I know, I was totally expecting that. I'm like, here we go, another person that went through a huge battle that, whatever.
Well, to be honest, I've actually seen pictures of Kylo Ren unmasked before the movie even came out.
Why would you do this to yourself?
Well, just look up Adam Driver, and there you go.
I know, I didn't look up any of the actors.
Adam Driver.
I actually didn't know what he looked like, because I'm like, I want to figure out what this guy looks like.
No, I was looking for this meme where it was actually Jar Jar as Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah, those stupid theories.
Yeah, I was actually looking for that to show my brother, and I came across Adam Driver as Kylo Ren.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that would explain it then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, continue. You guys are doing a pretty good job with the plot summary without me.
So yeah, they go. So yeah, Kylo Ren tries to use his mind reading force to extract the map out of Rey, but Rey just keeps refusing.
She fights back using her force.
She fights back. Yeah, so can't remember what happened, but I know Kylo Ren, like, he was shocked about the force, so he went to this big alien-looking guy. I forgot his name.
Snoke?
Snoke?
Yeah, the main bad guy.
Yeah, Snoke.
Oh yeah, Snoke. Yeah. So and he tells her, or tells Snoke that she's like way too strong with the Force, like stronger than he ever thought. So Rey tricks this stormtrooper using the Jedi
mind trick.
Jedi mind tricks.
Now, admittingly, it didn't work the first time. It took her a couple of tries, which I really liked because it was also funny. Also, drop your gun at the door, and I'm dropping my gun at the door. That was funny. So continue, Brandon.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So once she gets released, Kylo Ren finds out she's gone and has a massive fit, and one pretty fart? One pretty funny fart.
Oh God, it's the prequels.
One funny part was the stormtroopers were trying to like go to Kylo Ren while he's having his fit,
they just walk
and
away.
they see him have the fit, and they just walk away.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Like, nope,
He's like,
not gonna handle that.
fuck that.
Yeah. So, Han Solo and Finn enter the ship and fight off all the dudes, while Rey's kind of sneaking around the ship, like kind of like what Luke did in Empire Strikes Back. I feel like that's what she was doing.
I just kind of thought like he was just sneaking around.
That's kind of what Luke did. He was just sneaking around.
Yeah, but
in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, but still, just in general.
Mm-hmm. So we get to the point where Han Solo and Chewie are trying to plant these detonators in the
you forgot
thing.
Oh wait, you forgot something. Now that I think about it.
What did I forget?
They showed off the Starkiller base and they blew up like 4 planets at once.
Oh yeah.
No, damn.
I think they said that was pretty cool. I still don't like the whole reusing the Death Star thing, but I thought that was a pretty generally good idea because I thought to myself, what on earth is this new thing gonna do that blow? Oh. So, did they blow up Coruscant?
I have no idea.
It looked like they did because they panned to one planet about to get blown up, and it looked like Coruscant. So, maybe it was. I don't know.
Maybe.
Did they say they destroyed the New Republic too?
Yeah, I destroyed the whole entire planet where the Republic.
Oh, that's right.
Wasn't.
Right, because they said, "Sir, we don't know where the Republic is, but we think they're in this system." They're like, "Well, fuck it, we can blow up multiple planets at once, so blow them up." So anyway, I assume the Republic is gone. I wish they would have focused on that a little bit more. But whatever. Continue, Brandon. I just wanted to bring that up.
So as Chewie and Han are planting these detonators.
Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. The reason why they're at this base is to blow up the shield generator guarding the Starkiller.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Hey.
Basically, they're trying to do the same thing they did with New Hope and the Death Star. Is they find this one weak spot in the Starkiller base.
God damn it!
And they say to attack it, and it'll cave in on itself.
Yeah, which, admittingly, the weakness made more sense than a stupid 2-meter hole that they could have just plugged right up, and it would have been invincible. But anyway.
So now we're back to the detonator part. Han sees Kylo Ren, and that's when he gets killed, basically.
Pretty much.
As we already explained.
He tried to persuade his son to come back from the dark side, like he talked with Leia about, So, Han's death, I totally saw. Like, even before I predicted it, I saw it coming a mile away when he started talking to Kylo Ren. Especially when he's like, "Give me your lightsaber." or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yep, here we go. He's gonna stab him. So it was a little predictable, like. But now we know why Harrison Ford was so happy about this film, because he now no longer has to play Han Solo.
Do you know that he's actually confirmed for the episode 8?
Dude, it's flashbacks.
Yeah, but
He better not come back to life.
Oh no, they're not gonna. They're not. It's either gonna be flashbacks, or you know how
hologram.
You know how the trilogy's the Ghost.
But those are for people that only have Force sensibility.
True.
So I just say flashback.
Yeah, probably flashback.
What are you saying, Luis?
Like before the detonation, like before like they were going into the base, detonating the whole thing. Han Solo asked Finn, like where he work.
Oh yeah, he's like,
I'm a
janitor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like well, how like then asked him how the hell are you gonna know everything? And Finn says, "I use the Force." And Han that's not how the Force works.
Yeah, seriously.
And Chewie's like, oh, you know how the Force works?
You have to have a high midichlorian count, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to your plot summary.
What happened after Han died? Chewie freaked out. I know that. Right. And started killing everyone.
Please point out to people that Kylo Ren got shot by that crossbow, which they showed several times was a really powerful weapon.
Mm-hmm.
This one thing that people constantly bitch about pisses me off. Anyway, continue. Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, why don't you take off from here?
So anyway,
after
figuring that Han...
I know they run out, and that's when the whole big lightsaber fight happens.
So basically... so we eventually find out that Kylo Ren is injured severely, and he's going through a hard emotional state, because while he didn't care for his dad anymore, you knew he still did, because throughout the whole film they were trying to show like he's struggling, becoming one with the dark side. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so eventually we meet up with them. We have our space fight in there. Point simple, the space fight, admittingly, I wasn't really that invested in. To be perfectly honest, I thought, ooh, they're going to blow up the Death... I mean, come on. They're going to blow up the base, and then we're out of here. So I was more interested in the what was going on the base itself. So, but anyway. So Kylo Ren starts having a hissy fit, because he's basically... And I think they did this on purpose. They made him look like a young Anakin Skywalker. And I think that's what they were going for. So in a way, he's sort of like Episode 3 Anakin from like the beginning of the film. And I think that's what the whole point of it is. So anyway, so eventually Rey gets hurt, but Finn gets out the lightsaber.
They have the lightsaber
fight.
Finn gets hurt.
Yeah, he gets hurt pretty bad, but he does get a shot off on Kylo Ren that actually hurts him even more, and that was that shoulder fight. But anyway,
is Finn dead?
No, Finn's not dead.
No,
dude, he's confirmed
alive.
for Episode 8.
I'm sure, because that lightsaber literally got hit back,
bro.
Pretty much everyone
at the end of the
film this movie is confirmed for Episode 8.
Yeah,
yeah, even Harrison Ford.
He's a flashback. He better be. Seriously, just keep characters dead. But anyway, so anyway, eventually, Finn, after he gets hurt really badly, Kylo Ren wants to use the Force to get, I'm just going to call it Anakin's old lightsaber, because he's the one that made it, not Luke. Anyway, so he's trying to get Anakin's lightsaber, but then lo and behold, someone else is using the Force to gather it, and that's when Luke Skywalker appears.
Nah, dude, I wish.
Honestly, I thought that's what it was. Like, when I first saw that, I'm like, oh, it's Luke.
Oh, yeah, I actually thought Luke was going to come in.
Yeah, that's when I thought Luke was going to show up. But anyway, Rey gets the lightsaber, and in my movie theater, people were going crazy. They're like, oh my god, she's using the Force, and, she got the light.
That one, not for me, but...
It happened to me, but, So anyway, they have the lightsaber fight. Now, this lightsaber fight wasn't over the top. It wasn't, it felt genuine, which I don't think we've had a genuine lightsaber fight since Return of the Jedi, to be perfectly honest. Like, even though the lightsaber fights were good in the prequels. You could tell they were really choreographed. So, but not this one. So anyway, Rey defeats Kylo Ren, which people have a...
Wait, doesn't Kylo Ren try to actually convince
Kylo
Rey
Ren
to join the dark side?
Rey to come to the dark side. She refuses. Eventually, and a huge plot convenience, number 4, happens and the planet starts, breaking into two, which means, Rey can't kidnap Kylo Ren and she can't kill him. So anyway, they eventually, somehow Kylo Ren gets off the planet. I don't know how, just go with it.
Always Star Wars Episode 3,
Yeah, but like 2 minutes after Kylo Ren gets defeated, at least from our point of view, the planet blows up. So it's like, wow, they must have really fast ships or some shit. But anyway, they get out. So anyway, we actually figure out that when Rey passes by R2-D2, R2-D2 finally
R2-D2 comes back.
Actually turns on again. So eventually we figure out that he has the second part of the map that leads to Luke Skywalker, and we find out that Luke was actually in journey of finding the first ever Jedi temple, which is weird because I thought everything was non-canon. Now I thought that would be on Coruscant. So anyway, we eventually get that, and the film ends with Rey telling Finn that they will meet again, and they're just friends. They're nothing more than that. And a lot of people went, "Oh man, friend zone." But anyway,
and then Rey flies off to
Millennium Falcon with
Luke.
R2-D2 and Chewbacca, and she meets up with Luke. We get 20 seconds of Luke Skywalker.
I know, that was disappointing.
Looking at Rey, and she presents the lightsaber. We get this long, awkward shot of a aerial shot, and then bam, movie ends.
Yeah.
So,
I thought that was kind of disappointing with what they did with Luke.
I kind of felt like they should have had one scene with him saying something. Like,
or like,
and especially since in the trailer he said something.
No, I would have liked it if Luke actually said, "So, you finally arrived," and then cut to credits. Because that would have been an amazing cliffhanger. Literally, he was on the edge of a cliff. So anyway, this movie was really good.
Yeah.
I went into this film, I was hearing really good things about it, and I was really, really happy with the end result. This was Star Wars in the modern era the way it should have been. From the very beginning. No doubt about it in my mind. So, before I begin with what I liked, what did you guys like? There's a list, but, You guys can't think of what you liked?
I am thinking right now.
Oh, God, I can start off right away. I'll start off.
Okay.
I loved the new characters so much.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Rey. I loved Finn. I didn't get enough Poe, though. He was the only disappointment.
We'll probably get more. We'll probably get more Poe. Maybe the next
one. He's coming back in episode 8.
I know that, but
along with Phasma.
Yeah, Phasma was disappointing too. But
Phasma was very disappointing.
Yeah, but anyway, everyone else, Rey, Finn were awesome. Kylo Ren was a new twist that I've never seen when a villain in the Star Wars films before. And
I think it's also very interesting. I'd like to point out that Kylo Ren isn't even fully trained yet. Unlike Darth Vader, who was a fully trained Jedi, Kylo Ren was not fully trained. He's still in training.
He's basically a Padawan.
Yeah.
And he's never fought anyone he's never fought another Force-sensitive user before. So
I heard you say thank you, Brandon.
No, I mean it because I'm going to address this. The biggest problem people have with this film is that Rey defeats Kylo Ren. A lot of people think she's a Mary Sue character because of that reason. I don't think she's a Mary Sue. You guys know what a Mary Sue is, right?
Yeah.
It's someone that just is a fan-made character that just jumps into the story and instantly starts kicking ass. I don't think Rey's a Mary Sue. I mean, plus there are tons of wow, they somehow did that moment in Star Wars. Like, even in the first Star Wars film, somehow Luke, who never learned one lesson with the Force, used the Force to blow up the Death Star. So, anyone want to pull that bullshit? Anyone out? But anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway. So anyway, Not only that, Kylo Ren has little to no training. He's never fought another Force user before. So
that's why he was so surprised when Rey had the Force.
He's never had any competition before. Topple that with his injuries, with being hit in the shoulder with the lightsaber by Finn, him being shot in the abdomen, which is a huge injury that most people can't even walk with Chewie's crossbow shot, along with his emotional state after killing his father. I knew Rey was going to win. And plus, not only that, in the beginning of the film, they show Rey using the staff kicking those two dudes' ass, so she obviously knows how to use a weapon like that. And come on, staff and a lightsaber, come on. They're not that different.
Yeah.
So, that didn't piss me off. Why did everyone get so mad about that? What did you guys think of that?
No, I think it's very interesting having Kylo Ren be more of a Padawan.
No, I meant, like, do you guys think it's bullshit that Rey defeated Kylo Ren?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it was too easy.
You thought it was too easy?
Yeah.
Dude, I just...
then, like...
No, I want to hear your argument.
Then she closed her eyes, used the Force, and she became a total badass.
Like Luke hasn't done that before? Like Anakin hasn't done that before? Like any Jedi hasn't done that before?
Exactly.
You can say it all you want, but you have to admit the rest of the films do it too. How was Anakin, little boy Anakin in Episode 1, able to become such a great pilot? Never explained, never showed. Okay. How was Obi-Wan Kenobi as a Padawan in Phantom Menace able to defeat a Sith Lord like Darth Maul in his first attempt? It just happens, you know? So, and plus, Luis, I literally just explained that Kylo Ren was injured, he's had no competition, and he's in an emotionally unstable state because he killed his dad. Rey had the total advantage throughout the whole fight.
Yeah.
So, and plus, not only that, Rey was running away from Kylo Ren most of the time. So, and plus, not only that, Rey is a more powerful Force user than Kylo Ren. It's pretty obvious. So, I don't think it's bullshit. I actually think it makes sense. I don't know why people are complaining about it so much. Did I sway your argument, Luis, or are you still thinking it's too easy?
Not anymore.
Not after my explanation, or what?
I think it's also going to lead up to really good character development with Kylo Ren.
I agree. It's like I've been saying. Kylo Ren, what I thought he was interesting was because he's not invincible. By the time we get to Darth Vader in A New Hope, he's had tons of Jedi training from Obi-Wan. He's already a badass. So he's good there. And not only that, it's been 20 years after Revenge of the Sith, so he's already had a ton of dark side training from the Emperor. He should be an ultimate badass killing machine. Kylo Ren just started doing this. He's basically a Jedi college dropout. I mean, he didn't finish his training with Luke. He just started learning how to use the dark side. So, in a way, he may have a little bit more experience than Rey, but Rey was shown to be a really great fighter well, not a great fighter, but a good fighter from the beginning of the film, with her staff at the beginning of the Jakku scene, and where they're like, and people are like, well, where did she learn it? And I'm like, why do we need to know everything?
I know, right?
I thought one of the problems...
It's like you're just asking for another prequel.
Dude, I know. These people are like, I hate how the prequels explain everything. And I'm like, well, stop bitching and moaning and just make your own damn conclusion. I mean, honestly, and if we really want to nitpick this film, I will nitpick the shit out of the best film in the Star Wars series, Empire Strikes Back. It's a phenomenal film, but it has really convenient moments in it too. Like, how the hell did Han find Luke in all of Hoth?
I know,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So,
I think he finds them.
how did Boba Fett know that the Millennium Falcon was hanging on the back of a Star Destroyer, and he knew how to hide behind the junk? If he knew that, why the hell didn't he tell Darth Vader? You see what I'm saying? Every film has it. You can't go into a movie theater expecting it to not have those convenient moments. The most convenient moment in this film was when the planet separated from Kylo Ren and Rey. You know, when I saw that, I went, okay, I saw that coming. So, I don't know. Do you think some of these complaints are dumb? I think they're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, no film is perfect. Right, and even I have my
Mm-hmm.
I loved this film, but I had a couple of things I did not like about it. What did you guys not like about it? Oh, wait, you never answered what you did like about it.
I told you the Kylo Ren thing.
Or you told me about the Kylo Ren, you liked the new characters. I also liked how they integrated the old characters, but didn't make it their movie.
Yeah.
They could have just made this Han Solo the film before we're even supposed to get a Han Solo film. So, and I think they did a good job. They gave the amount of nostalgia. Maybe they leaned a bit too much on the nostalgia at times. Like when they showed that chess thing in the Millennium Falcon, I'm like, okay, come on. I'm like, I don't need to see that. And they were on that shot for a little too long. I'm like, oh my god, look, I know, I just saw A New Hope, can we move on? Anyway, I overall really enjoyed it. I love the new characters. Another complaint, this film is a lot like A New Hope.
It really is. It's like New Hope, but with 2015 technology.
A lot of people think that ruins the film for them. But
no, I don't think.
Here's the thing. If we had gotten an entirely brand new plot that hasn't been seen before, people would bitch and moan, it's too different. And if we...
Yeah, I know, right?
If it was too similar, it's too similar. It's a ripoff.
I know, right? I saw a meme about that.
You can't please people, no matter what you do. So I went, okay, it's like A New Hope, but it's told differently. There are some points.
I prefer it actually being more like New Hope, because you know how good the prequels did when they were trying to do their own thing.
Admittingly, I do gotta give the prequels some credit. They did try doing their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, did they pull it off? Occasionally. No. But for the most part, probably not. Who's that dog barking in the background?
I'm at my aunt's house, and that's their neighbor dogs barking at a siren.
What do you think, Luis?
I can't believe you actually can hear that. I can barely hear it with my new headphones.
Luis, what do you...
Really have new headphones? No.
Luis,
yep.
What do you think about what we were saying?
What?
Do you think this film borrows too much from A New Hope?
I mean, I kind of did, since it actually kind of, I mean, at the beginning, it like, all these Jakku thing, it actually did remind me of The New Hope, where Kylo Ren slaughters the entire family, Stormtroopers slaughters Luke Skywalker's family.
Yeah, but we never really saw that. And by the way, it was Boba Fett that did that. They never show you that, but I know for a fact it's Boba Fett that blew up Luke's family. Because remember in Empire Strikes Back, Vader goes, "No disintegration" to Boba Fett. Well, how did Luke's parents, Luke's aunt and uncle died? Disintegration. And plus, in the special edition of A New Hope, the deleted scene where they show Boba Fett for the first time was in it. I'm like, yep, it was Boba Fett. So, yeah. Let's talk about the new things that they did well here. I honestly think, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, I loved how they introduced these characters in this film more than I loved how they introduced them in A New Hope. Do you guys agree with that, or are you, like, thinking about what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about what you're saying.
Here's the thing. When you say Finn, what is the first thing you see him do? Not want to kill anyone. Super, ultra relatable. I get what this person, I get his struggle, I get who he is, and I get what his objective is. Boom. I know everything from the first time I see him and what he does. He doesn't have to say anything. So I already found that was super interesting. We got Poe. Oh, guy on a mission. He's a badass fighter pilot. Okay, so he's actually pretty resilient towards things, and he only has to get tortured massively to get the information he wants. Okay, cool. They show me him being a badass pilot. They don't have to tell me that. I already see that. So, we go into Rey. Oh, let's see. She lives out on her own. She basically, she's really good with fighting. They're not telling me anything. They're showing me something. And I really appreciate that, because I'm so sick of Hollywood thinking we're a bunch of morons, thinking that we can't interpret our own, you know what I'm saying? But apparently some people have a complaint with that. So, show me. Don't tell me. I want you to show me who these characters are. I don't want you to tell me who they are. And I think they do a really good job with that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that part I agree on.
Because, now, as for what I just said about A New Hope, I'm not going to lie. I think A New Hope is a phenomenal film, but I think the beginning of it is pretty damn slow.
Yeah.
So, it takes a while for things to get going. And with this film, it's almost instantaneous. They don't have to tell you anything. You get who these characters are. You know who they are. And you can get an idea of what they've done. The only character that you can't say that for is Rey, and we don't even know her full backstory yet. But I'm kind of fine with that. Because they can show more of her throughout the whole film. Throughout the rest of 2 films. I think the next film will be more... I think they made this film to explain what the galaxy is in right now. And, like, who's who. Like, these are our characters. And I think in the next film, they're going to explain where they came from and how Kylo Ren... You get what I'm saying? I feel like this film is like, okay, here's the movie. Here's our characters. Here's the bad guys. Here's your objective. Okay, we know it. And next film, they'll explain all that stuff. Now, do you guys like that, or do you think they should have just done this now?
I like that.
What do you think, Luis?
I honestly think that they could have shown more of everything, of like explaining about like their people's lives in the next episode, maybe. You know?
Well, like, why do you think that?
I mean, it's been a long time since we've been a start. Since 2006, that's episode 3. You know, 90. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2005.
10 years ago.
Oh, I thought that was.
Nope.
I don't think the one like, hey, who's in? I forgot who's in charge of Star Wars. J.J. Abrams or George Lucas?
George Lucas is
J.J.
done,
Abrams.
thank God.
J.J. Abrams.
Well, he's the director of this film. They're going to use another director for the next film, but J.J. will.
But J.J. Abrams will still be working on the next.
Yeah,
film,
he'll just be the producer, like he is with the Star Trek films. Which I think it's funny that.
I don't.
Anyway, were you saying, Luis?
I don't think that they're gonna like. I mean, okay, Force Awakens. We only like. We don't even know who the characters like are. I mean, we do, but I don't know like what they're gonna become. You know.
That's what. Luis, that's the whole point of other films.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Luke was gonna be after Episode 4. We didn't know Han and Leia were gonna get together in Episode 4. Don't show me all that in one episode. You got 2 more films to show the characters. Now, if you're talking about backstory, that's a different subject.
I thought Star Wars they're gonna make three more films.
No, well, we're getting
the others are spin-offs. They're not
episodes.
episodes. They're
7,
spin-offs.
8, and 9. So Rey and Finn and all the other characters will be 8 and 9, and then every other film that comes out is a spin-off, which you can debate whether or not you want to see those. But anyway,
I'll probably see them.
if I hear good things about them, I will. But like, I'm not dying to see a Rogue One X-wing film. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, continue, Luis. I just
What was I saying?
You were talking about how you were saying that you don't know what's going to happen to these characters, and I think that's fine. I don't see why that's a problem, because we have 2 more films with this cast to know what's going to happen to them.
True.
So,
I mean, I'm trying to figure this out.
I think what you're saying, and I might be wrong, I think what you're trying to say is that I think we know Finn's backstory. We pretty much know it the whole way through. I think it's safe to assume that? The only thing we don't know is whose family was he abducted from. Does it matter? I don't think it does.
For Lando's.
Why is everyone thinking
Yeah, there
Lando?
was a rumor that he was from Lando's family.
Why does everyone care? Why does everyone think it's Lando?
Lando's awesome.
No, yeah, Lando's awesome. But watch, it's just because he's black.
Really? There are other black people in the Star Wars galaxy. You know that, right?
Just because he's black, it means he's from Lando's family.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
There was actually a rumor, though, that Finn was from Lando's family.
Whatever. I would prefer new characters that aren't connected to the old ones at all, but whatever. Let's continue. Like, I'd rather have them be their own character, you know? They don't need to be Luke's son or daughter or Han and Leia's kids or Lando's kid. You know, they don't need to be. They should just be their own thing. What do you guys think? With the exception of Kylo Ren, because I thought that Solo thing was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I knew it was going to happen. Like, the first moment I saw a new villain, I'm like, yep, he's Han's kid. Or borrowing from the expanded universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. So, Luis, are you still thinking about what you want to say?
Yeah.
I will agree with you. I wish we had more of an explanation on who the Resistance are and what's the point of them.
Yeah.
Like, we have a new Republic. Why do we need a Resistance? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got the whole First Order is the remnants of the Empire that survived.
Mm-hmm.
That I can go with. I don't know why we need a new Resistance. They should have just called them the Republic is fighting for these against the First Order, and I would have been fine with that. Like, what is the Resistance? You know? It's like, are they the military group? Are they something separate? That doesn't make sense because Leia... because Leia is the daughter of a senator, so you think she would be running the New Republic. Is she a general and you know, stuff like that kind of bugged me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think like I said, I think this film sets up the template of what's going to happen, and they're going to fill in. They're going to tell you what you need to know, and then for the next two films with these characters, they're going to explain to you about the galaxy, or they might explain it in the spin-off films. That would really suck if they did. Because it's like, what about the people that don't want to see the spin-off films?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
If I know Star Wars 8 is going to be a dark, sad one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Attack of the Clones tried to be a sad one. It sucked.
Revenge of the Sith was more sad than
Revenge of the Sith was way darker than Attack of the Clones. And Empire Strikes Back was definitely the dark movie of the original trilogy. I think Kylo Ren and the First Order are going to come back with a vengeance. Mm-hmm. Now, all right, so, Luis, what did you like about the film? Brandon seems to agree with me. What do you like about the film? The new characters, the what?
I feel like before the liking, I don't thought that Han and Leia were actually going to kiss when they actually hugged.
Is that what you liked?
No, this is...
Oh, he's just a side note.
No.
Okay. Well, tell me what...
Well, aren't they, like, divorced?
No, they're just separated.
Separated?
Yeah.
Pretty much Han left. Han just ran away after what happened to Luke.
Oh, I would say he ran because of Ben Solo, but okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell me what you liked. You said you really liked this film, so you need to tell me why.
Honestly, I like how like the transition of Kylo Ren, getting to the first time getting to the dark side.
Yeah.
And like how was he seduced by no?
It'll be explained next film.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because they said Kylo Ren will complete his training. So I imagine they're going to tell us during that.
Also like his interrogation method, you know?
Yeah, because after Kylo Ren was defeated, General Hux went to Snoke and said, yeah, Kylo Ren's still on the planet, and he says, bring him to me. We will complete his training. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Also, how like General Hux kind of reminded me as a young Hitler.
General Hux kind of reminded me. Yeah, he did. I think that's what they were going for. So anyway, so Luis, did you like the new characters?
Actually, yeah, they were actually really good characters.
I really enjoyed them all. They didn't. They told me. They didn't tell me who they were. They showed me who they were. I loved it. I thought everyone had really good chemistry in this film. You know, I really liked it. I liked BB-8. Remember when Finn gave the thumbs up to BB-8 and BB-8 came out with a lighter and lit it up?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Oh my god, BB-8 is comedy relief done right. So anyway, by the way, BB-8's a girl. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, BB-8's a girl droid. I don't really think it matters, but whatever.
I didn't even know the droids could be boy and girl.
Unless you're C-3PO.
Yeah,
that one's pretty
true.
obvious. like who's to say R2-D2 isn't a girl?
Exactly.
So, I'm just gonna say BB-8. So, I liked BB-8. Dude, this film was funny. Like, this was...
Yeah, it was when it was Ben.
It was pretty funny.
Like, this...
It was funny, like when the TIE Fighter started attacking Jakku, and Finn just grabbed Ray's arm, Ray's hands, like, what the hell are you grabbing my hand? I can run by myself.
Exactly.
She's like, stop grabbing my
She's
hand.
like, stop holding my hand! And I'm like...
And then that one part with Kylo Ren's little hissy fit.
Oh, yeah. I remember when he threw the first hissy fit, I went, whoa, okay, Anakin, calm down. But anyway.
Also, how Kylo interrogation methods with Ray, and Ray told him that he will never be better than Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. So, another thing I really enjoyed, I loved the cinematography, the shots, how everything was made, the practical effects, so good. Like, this film felt real. It didn't feel like it was filmed on a blue screen. It didn't feel like it was fake. It felt real. And I loved it. So, I mean, CGI was only used a few times, I believe. Everything else, no, we did that. So, I'm really glad that they're doing that, because films age a lot better when you do that. So
kind of cool. Like the stormtroopers didn't really look like CGI.
No, they were all real people.
They actually looked really real.
No, they were real people.
They were real people.
You mean what about the giant ass army? Was that real people?
Yep, all real people.
Damn! Wow.
Yeah.
They must got paid a lot.
Well, who wouldn't want to be on a Star Wars
dude,
movie?
I'd do it for
honestly,
free. I would play one of those stormtroopers for
Hey guys.
free.
Same.
Hey guys, it's just me, or the stormtroopers' aims are a lot better.
Finally.
It's because of the new helmets.
Yeah, they're not as tight. So.
And they're not clones anymore.
Oh, they made a reference to that though. They said, well, plus the stormtroopers in the old trilogy, they weren't all clones. A lot of them were normal people in suits. So they're not all clones. So, but the clones are still around though, because remember when Kylo Ren said, "I'm about to send in the clones," and General Hux is like, "No, my men are highly trained." So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Also, I loved that electric staff those stormtroopers hold in that fight with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one
with
fight
Finn
with
and the stormtrooper.
Finn and that one guy.
I thought, I thought to myself,
Also,
that was pretty cool.
Also, the one thing I loved, I'm pretty sure the both of you are gonna agree with me, is that they kept the original soundtrack, John Williams.
Yeah.
That was pretty true.
I honestly can't imagine Star Wars without John Williams.
Yeah.
Then again, Rogue One is going to be Alexandre Desplat.
But they're going to use some of the soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, the soundtrack was pretty good, but it's not... I don't know why, but I didn't notice the music when it was playing. I was so focused on what was going on, I didn't really notice the music. But, but anyway... so yeah, do you have anything else to add to that list, Luis?
Also when Poe was the X-wing fighter pilots. You
Yeah,
know,
that.
like coming to the that was
Yeah,
awesome.
no, are they the ones the movie's gonna be based off of?
I think so.
I'm confused, because like I heard it was them, then I heard no, it takes place after Episode 4 when that movie. I'm like, what?
It takes place in between 3 and 4.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I thought we had a whole cartoon show dedicated to that.
I mean, Star Wars or Clone Wars.
No, Rebels.
Rebels.
I said between
Oh.
3 and 4. Clone Wars
Oh yeah.
obviously takes place between 2 and 3. You know, I don't watch Star Wars Rebels because Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the game, explained what happened, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, you say this is non-canon. Screw you. It's canon to me. So, 'cause I don't like Star Wars Rebels. I've seen it a couple of times, and I'm like, eh. Have you guys seen Star Wars Rebels?
Not really.
No.
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing out on much. Unless I heard it got really damn good, but I'm fine with not watching it. So, I don't have to watch everything Star Wars. So, anything else to add, Luis, or?
No, that's all I got.
All right, that's fine. What did you like, Brandon?
The Kylo Ren
Kylo Ren was
and the
a new,
characters.
interesting take on a villain. Yeah.
Keeping the personality traits of the original characters like well done.
Yeah. The only one who I expect to maybe change is Luke,
Uh-huh.
because obviously training that long in the Force will change you.
Yeah.
But,
Did they? Here's one little nitpick that they it's this very tiny one that they kind of overlooked or I might have missed, but you notice how when C-3PO first popped into the movie, he had a red arm.
oh yeah, they tell you that.
They did. I must have missed it
Yeah,
then.
they said they didn't tell you why he had a red arm, but they tell you like that it.
You must not notice me because I have this red arm.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said like, "Oh, Han Solo, you may have not
Yeah, but
recognized me
wow.
because of my red arm."
Yeah, but why does he have the red arm?
It will be explained later. Wouldn't it be funny if like it was a red arm because the suit got like badly painted or whatever? Like, oh fuck it, make it red. So, you know, another thing I didn't. This is a nitpick. I really hate how we didn't find how they found Anakin's lightsaber. Because I'm like, I thought that thing was in the garbage chute in Cloud City.
Yeah.
And as we see in Empire Strikes Back, when you fall down the garbage chute, it all goes down below the city. So how the fuck did you find that thing? So, but whatever. Also,
I think Lando found it.
how did Lando find it? He was on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, he was on the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, his drone found it.
Why are there drones there?
You know, that bald guy. You know.
Why would he
The
find it?
little
He was on
circuits.
Cloud City. The lightsaber goes out of the city like the rest of the garbage.
Yeah, true.
So, I know they're gonna explain it in sequels or whatever, but come on, they should have just said it right away. Because it's like, really, it would have taken like a few seconds to explain. Like, oh, I found it when I was looking at Cloud City or some bullshit. I don't know. Or when I was traveling the planet below the clouds or some shit. I don't know. I would have gone with that. So, yeah, because there's a whole planet under the Cloud City. So Maz Kanata could have just said, when I explored the galaxy, I found this while I was visiting Bespin or something. That's all I needed. But that's just my opinion. Unless Luke gave it to her. Never mind. I'm getting confused. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. What else did you like, Brandon? Because you said you liked Kylo Ren, new characters. Did you like the story? Did you like the action? What?
Oh yeah, I love the action.
It was great. It felt real. So, yeah, the villains were pretty memorable with the exception of Captain Phasma. She was definitely really disappointing. But the producer did say that in future films, she'll be in a lot more. She'll have a lot more significance to the plot in the next 2 films, which, thank God, as I don't want her to be like the new Boba Fett, where she doesn't do a damn thing, and yet for some reason people like her anyway. So I don't know. Is that it, Brandon?
Hey guys,
What were you saying, Luis?
one thing. I forgot who's Captain Phasma?
The female
The black
stormtrooper
storm,
with the silver armor.
Yeah, the silver.
Oh yeah, who when Han Solo put her in the trash chute?
I don't think they did.
No.
But they were just that was just another reference to A New Hope. I'm like, okay, we get it, thank you. But anyway, all right. So is that it for you, Brandon? Because you basically like the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Although you're willing to admit it's not perfect.
I don't think any movie really could be perfect.
No movie is perfect, but this film did have a couple of problems.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, nothing. That breaks the film, but it did have a few problems. So, I love the new characters. I love the story, even though it is basically A New Hope, just told a little bit differently. Overall, I loved how they incorporated the old cast with the new, while still making it mostly about the new characters. The humor was really good. The lightsaber fight was actually felt really genuine and not some weird, crazy video game shit. I overall just really enjoyed the film. The action was great. The practical effects were really amazing, and the CGI when it was there kind of distracted me, but not in a bad way. It's just like, oh, that's CG, because everything else was practical, so you could tell. But that's fine. I expect that. It was just an overall really damn good film. Now, there are things I didn't like about the film. What did you guys not like about the film?
I really didn't like how little Luke was in it. I thought we would have seen more Luke.
I felt like we should have seen him pick up that lightsaber.
Yeah.
It should have been him.
Yeah.
Because when Rey did it, I'm like, oh, okay. So, I think they should have done that. What else did you not like, Brandon, since you started off with that?
Also, it's just a nitpick. I'm just going to throw it out there, though. Phasma.
Yeah, Phasma was disappointing.
I think she's the most disappointing character.
I don't know.
In the movie.
Poe was pretty disappointing. I really liked him in the beginning. I'm like, oh, I want to see more of this character. And nope, doesn't appear.
Yeah, the fact that he's dead pretty much half the movie.
Yeah, and then he comes back and you're like, oh.
And how did he come back exactly?
I don't know.
Wait, didn't he explain to Finn?
Nope. Well, he kind of did a little bit.
No,
he said he was knocked somewhere further down Jakku.
Oh, I didn't.
And lost in the middle of nowhere.
Who?
But it wasn't Poe.
Okay, but how did he get back with the Resistance?
But they didn't explain how he got back to the Resistance.
If you had just told me that he had found a communications device and then he contacted the Resistance, I would have believed that. So, whatever. Just stuff like that. They should have that the film did. What else did you not like?
I'm gonna think a little bit.
The Star Killer base basically being the Death Star.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that might have been just a little overkill with New Hope.
What were you?
With the Star Killer base, I actually thought Star Killer was actually going to come out.
Darth Vader's apprentice. That would have been badass. So when they said the Star Killer base, I'm like, wait, did you just say Force Unleashed is non-canon just so you could use that name again? You fucking assholes. So, what else did you not like, Brandon? Was that it, or?
That's about it.
What did you not like?
Wasn't Luke's original name gonna be Luke Starkiller or something like that?
Yeah, then they changed it because it sounded too much like a villain.
Yeah.
So, all right. What did you think, Luis? What did you not like?
Damn, that's hard. Hey, Sean, you go for it. Come back to me.
Even though I'm not one of the people that say this movie sucks because it was a lot like New Hope, it's there. It is a lot like A New Hope. Occasionally it made me go, yep, this is basically A New Hope.
Yep.
But And I think at times they did too much of that. Like, I loved when they were fighting on land, when they were doing all that. I don't think we needed another Death Star-like weapon. That was just totally unneeded. Like, they should have just said, "Hey, we found resistance. We found the First Order's headquarters. Let's go blow it up." You know, that's what it should have been.
Why couldn't they just call it Death Star 2.0?
Because that's not as cool as Starkiller Base.
Well, actually, wouldn't it be Death Star 3.0? Because New Hope, Death Star 1.0.
Good point.
And in Return of the Jedi,
good point,
2.0.
yeah.
Good point. Brandon, get it together. Fucking nerd.
Oh, I also have shut up. I also have another question. How did Kylo Ren get Darth Vader's old helmet?
Yeah, that kind of bugged me too.
Oh, yeah.
I just think, honestly,
Didn't it blow up?
I think he.
And the original.
Yeah, I thought it was just, instead of melting, I thought, since it was all machinery, I thought it was just blown up when they were setting them on fire.
You know what I think? I really think it's just something he made.
Well, yeah, but it's all like
What
melted.
if Luke
and shit.
kept it?
It's true, yeah. What if Luke kept it and he stole it from Luke?
I buy that.
I could buy that
I
because
mean, like,
the father
Luke
thing.
wanted to remember his dad by one thing, so and that it didn't get burned all the way because it's a Star Wars. They have different metals and stuff than we do, so I could believe that. Dude, I totally believe that. That's what I'm going with now. So I fixed your problem. So another thing I didn't like.
Well, I thank you, Sean.
Oh, you're welcome. Another thing I didn't like was. So I didn't like the Starkiller base. I think they should have just kept it as a normal base and just been like, hey, let's go blow up the Resistance. Sorry. I keep wanting to call them the Republic because that's kind of what they are. The First Order's headquarters. And I'm like, okay, I can totally buy that. Obviously, it's not the real headquarters. It's just one of many, but you know what I mean. So there are also... This is a nitpick, but I really wish they would have shown us General Hux picking up Kylo Ren before the planet blew up. Because, like I said, from our point of view, it looked like Kylo Ren blew up with the planet.
Yeah.
Because the way they edited and shot that, it made it look like he didn't make it out in time. So, like, that ship must have been really fast to pick him up.
Yeah.
So, it's not a massive complaint, but it is a nitpick. Another thing I didn't like is... God, what did I... I'm gonna get some flack for this. Han Solo's death was totally predictable. Like, don't get me wrong, when it happened, you know, it was emotional, but it was really predictable. Like, as soon as he went and decided to talk to Kylo Ren, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, I think everyone knew that he was gonna die right there. So
yeah.
And you know, another thing I didn't like, I'm trying to think, because I really liked this film. You know, I'm trying to think. There's just something else about it that it doesn't like make me hate the film, but it's just one of those little things that kind of just bugged you a little bit and you can't think of why. I don't know. I think here it is. I don't think they did. I think they should have explained what the Resistance is, because they didn't explain how it's related to the Republic. In fact, they should have probably just called it the New Republic to begin with. Like, what's the point of the Resistance when you're part of the New Republic? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I totally get the whole First Order is just the remnants of the Empire thing that survived the end of the war. So that part I totally get. But, you know, that part bugged me. And that's about it. You know, overall, I really enjoyed the film, and I think it was really good. So... All right, Luis, I'm throwing the ball back to you, brother. What did you not like?
It's hard not to like the movie. I mean,
no one said that you.
Both of you, I know both of you are making like really good points on not liking it. Of course, actually did resemble A New Hope.
Yeah,
a lot.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah,
I think that's people's biggest complaint with this film. And I kind of agree with that. Occasionally, it's like, okay, you are totally A New Hope, just several decades later. So, like, I think I would have been fine with that if we didn't have the Star Killer base thing. If it, like I said, we didn't need another Death Star weapon. And if we did, they could have saved it for the last film.
Yeah.
I think if they saved that for the last film, it would have been like, oh shit. So, don't get me wrong, the Starkiller base itself was pretty badass, but like, we didn't need it now. If you get what I mean.
I know.
And I totally think they're gonna try to rebuild one again.
Oh please no!
Please, just do your own thing. I really hope episode.
How they gonna rebuild it with another
I
planet?
don't know. They'll use the Force or some bullshit.
No, didn't it absorb energy of the sun?
Yeah, it did. So,
Yeah.
you know, I really hope Episode 8 becomes more of its own movie than just being Empire Strikes Back again. Because
Oh yeah.
I don't want this. I want this. I agree with you, Brandon. I think Episode 8 will ramp things up in terms of how dark it'll be. And I think the bad guys will win, like Episode 5. But I don't need it to be Empire Strikes Back 2.0.
I don't need to see Rey get her hand chopped off.
Oh God, please, can we go throughout one Star Wars trilogy where no one gets their hand cut off?
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. Anakin got his hand cut off. Luke got his hand cut off.
Anakin got his hand cut off twice. And his
He
legs.
got his hand and his legs cut
And Darth
off.
Maul got cut off in half. And Count Dooku got his hand cut off in half, and so did Mace Windu. God damn it. George Lucas, is this like some fetish for him?
And also, Count Dooku got his head cut off as well.
Oh, good point. Yeah, there's so many severed limbs.
And don't forget that one snow monster that Luke chopped
That's
off
right.
the arm
I forgot
of.
about that. The Wampa.
Yeah.
Did Kylo
the
Ren
Wampa.
get his hand cut off?
No.
Okay, he just got hit in the arm pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. Okay.
Now, the Force Awakens is one that I don't think anybody got their hands cut
Oh,
off.
thank God.
Just Han Solo got stabbed.
Hey. In A New Hope, no one got their hand cut off.
That's true.
I think that's the only
They got blown up.
Well,
yeah.
what about Obi-Wan? What happened to him?
bullshit. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I never liked that moment in A New Hope. It's like
where the hell did he go?
he just died. He's just like, well, I'm gonna die now.
he just turns to dust all of a sudden.
I know. I thought that was pretty stupid. But anyway, so in general, I will agree. I really hope Episode 8, like I said, I really hope it's its own movie and not Empire Strikes Back 2.0. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it'll be Empire Strikes Back 2.0?
Probably.
I agree with...
I do think we'll take some formula out of Empire Strikes Back.
But not too much.
Hopefully not too much.
Yeah, I hope not too much. Because Empire Strikes Back is an amazing film. Don't try to remake it. You know, do your own thing. You know, I think personally,
Finn or Poe getting frozen in carbonite.
So Poe's the Han Solo?
Either Finn or Poe. I don't know.
I think it's more Finn, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope no one gets their hand cut off in the next film, or in any of these films.
Now watch. Yeah, watch someone is.
God damn it, Luke got his hand cut off again.
Oh my god.
Oh, poor Luke.
So like father, like son, Luke gets his other hand and his legs cut
Oh
off.
god, then he has to go into a machine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright, so, speaking of Episode 8, I feel it's time for theory time. So anyway.
Okay, there's rumors that Hayden Christensen will be in this one.
As this Force Ghost?
We'll start with that one. Either the Force Ghost or like Visions.
I think I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with him being. I'm not so sure about Visions. I'm fine with him being a Force Ghost. Like what I was telling you earlier. Like he convinces Luke to train Rey and maybe try to get Kylo back to the good side.
No, that was my theory. The Kylo Ren to the good side thing. So
that was mine. Yours was you were saying that he was going to talk to Kylo about telling him who Darth Vader really was.
I think that
was
be
what
better,
you said.
Actually.
Yeah, I agree, honestly.
So, and here's the thing with Hayden Christensen. He's not a terrible Anakin Skywalker. I know probably a lot of people probably dislike that video just from me saying that. But it's like I've been saying, directing and dialogue for the prequels was horrible. You know, like you try saying stupid lines like, I hate sand. It's not soft and smooth and it gets everywhere. You try saying that line and making it sound good. You know, in directing, when you're being told how to say lines by your director, you got to do what the director says. So I think Hayden Christensen was fine as Anakin. It's just like, especially in Revenge of the Sith, he looked like a young Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So he had the look, and when he wasn't saying anything and he just had that pissed off look on his face, he looked like I could totally see him as Darth Vader, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, again, I actually wouldn't mind seeing the prequels get remade, to be honest with you. I think, what do you guys think? Do you guys think they should remake the prequels?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, they should.
And, like, a lot of people say, like, just move on, they're really old now, but I'm like, yeah, but they could be...
They're not that old.
Dude, they're only like... Dude...
1999, 2002, and 2005.
Yeah, I know. Well, then people have been like, well, it's too soon to remake them. Dude, they suck. So...
They suck. Let J.J. Abrams take care of them.
Or someone else with... You know, let all these people that are making these new films make them. Just get the same cast again, and I guarantee you'd have an amazing film. I'm talking like get everyone back, even Hayden.
How are you gonna make Ewan McGregor that'll look young again?
Have you seen Ewan McGregor now? He hasn't aged a bit.
Dang.
So.
I haven't seen a recent picture of him. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just thinking of having him with like the long hair and the beard, and then him with like very. The what do they call it? The dreadlock or something? The ponytail?
Yeah, the ponytail, the Padawan ponytail.
Yeah.
No, but the new with the remake of the prequels, just skip that episode 1 bullshit and just have Anakin be a teenager right away.
True,
we don't need a prophecy about some chosen one or anything either. That was pretty stupid. Like how they were trying to make Anakin look like Jesus. I think that was dumb. Because remember when Obi-Wan said Anakin was just in A New Hope, he was just a really powerful Jedi Knight? That's all Anakin needed to be. He didn't need to be some messiah. Plus, he sucked as a messiah. Technically, I have a theory about the whole balance of the Force thing. But anyway.
What?
My theory for the balance of the Force, unless the Clone Wars cartoon went into this, I think it was Anakin's destiny to destroy the Jedi the whole time.
Yeah, instead of what
the Sith.
Qui-Gon predicted. Yeah.
It's like, the prophecy, when did it say he would destroy the Sith? It said he would bring balance to the Force. The Force was too one-sided during those movies. It was totally Jedi-based the whole way through, you know? And then he eventually got rid of the remnants of the Sith, and he allowed Luke to create a new generation of Force users, thus creating balance of the Force. Everything's on equal play field. So that's what I think. So that's what I interpret that as. What do you guys think? Do you think that makes sense? Like, Anakin being destined to destroy both the Sith and the Jedi?
Yeah.
I think that actually makes more sense. So... you know, we should predict. Who do you guys think Snoke is? I have a prediction.
Who? Darth
Plagueis the Wise. Remember in Revenge of the Sith that story Palpatine said to Anakin?
Yeah.
He talked about Plagueis the Wise, who we all think is Palpatine's master. I think he was able to learn how to manipulate life. Because remember, he could manipulate life. And all that stuff. I think in death he finally figured out how to come back from that after Palpatine killed him in his sleep. So I think Plagueis is Snoke, and I think someone pointed this out, I'm not too sure, but they say during that scene where General Hux, you know when we first see Snoke?
Yeah.
Some people were saying that the soundtrack they were playing in that scene was the same as the scene where Palpatine's explaining the Plagueis story. The music's the exact same. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Maybe, Maybe,
And not
yeah.
only that, if you look up Darth Plagueis online on Google, Snoke looks almost exactly like him.
Yeah,
So I think it's him.
I agree with you.
I mean,
Me too.
yeah, I totally think it's Plagueis. So
Mhm.
he just came back from death, and now he's trying to, like I said, equal playing, bringing the Force to balance. There's now equal amount of Sith as there are Jedi. Wait, there are no Sith anymore. It's all Knights of the Ren. So, so in general, I think Episode 8, we're gonna see Luke kind of be like the Yoda to Rey. I think Finn's gonna help out more with the Resistance. I think we're gonna see more of Poe. Captain Phasma will play more of a role. I just really hope they don't make Episode 8 Empire Strikes Back 2.0.
Rey gets her hand chopped
No,
off.
please, no. Also,
there's supposed to be a new villain too in Episode 8.
yeah,
A brand new villain, I heard.
honestly, I would count Captain Phasma because she didn't do anything. Like, she was...
Yeah, but nope, a completely new
I
villain.
know, but you might as well consider her one to be, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just really glad we're getting the same villains throughout all 3 films. Instead of the prequels, it's Darth Maul, it's Count Dooku. And then Revenge of the Sith, it's Count Dooku. Then he dies. Then it's Anakin.
No, Grievous. Don't forget Grievous.
Oh, yeah, because he was so memorable in that film. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Episode 8 will be Empire Strikes Back 2.0, or do you think it'll be...
I do think they're gonna pull out some tidbits from Empire Strikes Back, but I'm hopefully they'll do it like their own way.
I agree with you, Brandon. I think they can tell the same kind of... I think like how this one did it. I think this film, even though it was very reminiscent of A New Hope, the way they did it, they told it through their own way. And I thought they were doing a really good job of that until the Starkiller base thing showed up.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. What do you think, Luis?
I think so too. I mean, where Episode 8 might be like only some, like some of it of Empire Strikes Back. I gotta watch that movie again.
It's amazing.
I just watched it a couple days ago.
Yeah, same
actually.
here. I saw it the night before Force Awakens, like the night of when I was gonna go see it. I watched Empire Strikes Back.
I saw it the night after.
What, Empire?
Yeah.
You watch the movie, you're like, I feel like watching the older Star Wars. So.
Yeah. Well, I meant to watch everything before the new one. I meant to actually watch 1 through 7, but didn't get a chance to.
I hope not all at once.
Oh yeah, but like 1 a day.
Okay, I've
actually
done
it
that.
before.
Yeah.
No, I've done it. I've actually done it before, where we watched 1 through 6 straight when I was like little.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
It was like it wasn't all in 1 day, but it took us like maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
Like I think we did the prequels first, like watched the prequels straight off first,
Ew.
and then the next day we did the originals. I want to try that machete order though.
Oh, the order. Yeah, my order for watching
4, 5, 2, 3, and 6.
Yeah, that's the order. Wait, there's an order for that? I thought I made that.
No, it's actually called the machete order.
Damn it.
Sean, I'm sorry.
4, 5, 2, 3, and 6.
4, 5, 2,
4, 5,
3, and
2,
6.
3, 6. Because what it does is it starts off with like
you don't know
the story
anything.
of Luke and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anything. Then when you're left off with
Darth Vader revealing himself
Darth Vader
as
saying,
Anakin,
"I am your
you see his
I
backstory.
am your father." Then you get like an extended flashback watching that
And
happen.
then you see his redemption in the next film.
Yeah.
And you could skip Phantom Menace because that's so worthless.
you
So,
Yeah.
like, literally, you could...
could almost just honestly, you could almost just skip Attack of the Clones too.
No, there's one scene you need to see. You need to see where the stormtroopers came from originally, and you need to see Anakin's first plague into the dark side with killing those Tusken Raiders.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
I haven't seen
Yeah,
Attack
along
of the
with-
Clones
along
forever,
with-
but I thought it mostly focused on Padme and Anakin's love for each other.
along with learning
Yeah.
Luke and Luke's aunt and uncle. Ugh. Even though they barely did anything, but you need to know that
Yeah.
like that's how they know him. So,
But I have a feeling like the reason why Revenge of the Sith is my favorite prequel is because I feel like mostly questions that you might have just seeing the originals are answered in Episode 3.
it could have been done a bit better. I didn't like Anakin's sudden transformation into Darth Vader. I hated how he's just like, I don't know if I should be to the dark side. Nope, changed my mind. So, I feel like maybe we'll do another podcast where I'll explain my stories that I came up with the prequels, but what I would do with them, because I have a whole story arranged in my mind.
Also, about the prequels, I have a question.
Oh God, yes.
How come Padme doesn't age?
Does it matter?
Not really.
Because
I
the Force.
Episode 1, and then Episode 2, she looks exactly the same. Episode 3, again, exactly the same.
Because
I think that's more of the actors.
yeah, that's more Natalie Portman. She's one of those ageless wonders.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't look like Thor came out in 2009, and she looks exactly the same in those films. So I think that's more Natalie Portman than the movies, to be honest. So, whatever. Alright, so what letter grading for Star Wars The Force Awakens, what would you guys give it?
A solid A.
I'd give it an A.
Because the reason why I don't give it the
an
plus
A.
is because of the whole Star Killer base thing. I think it really overkilled it with New Hope there.
Yeah, if they had done that, it may have gotten A plus.
Yeah.
For me too. And I'm not, and the other complaints that I had with it too, that I spouted off earlier, prevented from getting an A plus. But I enjoyed this so much, it stays at an A. What do you give it, Luis?
I give it an A as well. I mean, the plus thing with the Star Killer base.
Totally unneeded, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, so character of the movie.
Okay. We should do a character of the movie, and we already have our most disappointing character of the movie.
Oh, should we do a most disappointing character for films only?
Yeah.
Let's don't do it with TV shows. Do it with movies. So,
Yeah.
Most disappointing character for me was Captain Phasma.
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 Yeah. All right. Now, who was the character of the film?
That's gonna be a hard one.
I know.
It's kind of either or between Rey and Finn.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna stick a Ren in there too.
Yeah. No one's gonna pick Han. A lot of people thought Han was the best character in this film. I'm gonna go with Rey.
Right.
Yeah. I like her because we get to know more about her through the actions. And not only that, I wanted to know instantly more about her after this film ended. Like, there's the whole, is she Luke Skywalker's daughter thing now that's popping up? Because Anakin's lightsaber was calling to her in the film.
Yeah.
And notice when she walked by R2-D2, R2-D2 turned on after being turned off by Luke's Force. So maybe he sensed someone that familiar. Maybe he sensed a reminiscent of Luke through. Yeah. So maybe the
daughter.
Do you think she is?
I mean, maybe. How about you?
I'm not sure. I kind of want her to be.
I kind of think she's Luke's daughter.
I just want her to. I would rather have her be her own character than have her be related to anyone. Because why the fuck would Luke abandon his daughter in a desert planet?
Exactly.
So, but they're probably going to go with the Luke's daughter thing because the producer, Kathleen Kennedy, did say, like, this whole trilogy is evolving the Skywalker story even more. And I'm like, oh, thanks for the spoiler. So, alright, so my character of the movie is Rey. Finn was a really close second, and Kylo Ren was also a really interesting way of how to portray a villain for the first time in a Star Wars film. The villain wasn't completely unstoppable from the beginning, so I really like that. My biggest... Actually, you know who my disappointing character is? It's not Captain Phasma. It's Luke.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish he was the one that picked up that lightsaber and saved Rey and Finn and all that, and then they went back to the temple. So
Yeah.
Yeah, me
they
too.
should have done
So I can understand why Luke wasn't in it that much because the whole movie is focused on
Finding
who's
him.
trying to find Luke first.
Yeah. But I would have been fine, but with what I said, I would have been fine. What they did was okay, but I wish they had done it with Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way they did it was
Yeah.
fine. It's just, All right, so who is your character of the movie?
I think I'm gonna go with Ray.
Yeah, I agree. Who do you think,
Yeah.
Luis?
Again, either or with Finn or Ray.
Flip a coin. Gotta pick one.
Okay, then we get a coin then.
Oh, God, he is.
I'll be
He's getting a coin.
fine.
Do you have a coin?
Oh, there. Is it? The headphones don't fall. Okay. Yeah, I have 10 cents. Okay.
Heads,
Heads, Ray.
tails, Finn.
Tails, Finn. It's tails.
All right, so you go with Finn. That was really close to the 50-50 split, though.
That's the best. That's the best way to pick character of the movie.
Not as good as that
We should
one
do that
debate.
for Arrow
Not
and
as good
stuff.
as that one with a debate between Arrow that one time. But we actually came to a logical conclusion. So, all right. So, anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up this podcast? This podcast was an hour and 45 minutes just reviewing this film alone.
Yeah.
So, thank God we didn't review anything else. So, what would you? So, anything else you guys want to say before you guys get cut off?
How about let's review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
How about we wait till that's over, then review the next season?
All right.
God. All right. Anything else?
Not really.
All right.
Yeah.
And you guys are gone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching a review of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.